Let's start it. Today's first of all we will know that what is the nodal tissue. After that we will know flow of impulse. How will impulse flow will happen. Okay. So first of all, what is the nodal tissue? So nodal tissue, that is a group of impulse generating conducting myocardial cells. Okay. What is nodal tissue? So nodal tissue is group of impulse generating conducting myocardial cells. This means group of myocardial cells is nodal tissue. So nodal tissue, that is a group of impulse generating conducting myocardial cells, that is called nodal tissue. Okay. After that we will see the flow of impulse and action potential. How will flow of impulse will happen in the heart. Okay. First of all, I want to tell you that SAN, that is sinoauricular node, that is the center from where impulse flow start happen. Impulse generate from the sinoauricular node. Okay. So impulse generate from the sinoauricular node, that is also called SAN. After that, from the sinoauricular node, that goes into auricular wall. Okay. Impulse generate in sinoauricular node. After that, they goes in auricular wall. After that, they go in auricular ventricular node. Okay. From auricular ventricular node, they goes into Purkinje fibers. First of all, bundle of his. After that, Purkinje fibers. After that, Purkinje fiber to this goes into ventricles. This means flow of impulse will happen. That is from SAN. SAN is the originate center. From at SAN, impulse generate, or from the SAN, impulse of flow will happen from SAN to auricular wall. After that, auricular ventricular node. After that, bundle of his. After that, Purkinje fiber, then ventricles. Okay. So this is the very VVI, very important. This question will ask in the medical student. For the medical student, this is very important. This question is asked in the Neet Aiims. So this is very important. Okay, that what is the flow of impulse and action potential. So you never forget this. Okay, from first of all SAN, after that SAN to auricular wall to auricular ventricular node. After that they go bundle of his. After that Purkinje fibers. After the ventricles. Okay, so what is the SAN? SAN is sinoauricular node. So SAN auricular node, this is sinoauricular node that is present in wall of right auricle. Okay. SAN origin of impulse. SAN originate impulse. So where SAN is present? So SAN is present in wall of right auricle. In wall of right auricle, below opening of superior vein cava. Which superior vein cava, which opens in right auricle. Okay. In that, sinoauricular node is present. Sinoauricular node in wall of right auricle below opening of superior vein cava. And auricular ventricular node, that is also called AV node, that is present in wall of right auricle, also in right auricle, above right auricular ventricular valve. Okay, SAN is present below superior vein cava. Okay, sinoauricular node. or AV node, that is auricular ventricular node, that is present above auricular ventricular valve, that is present in wall of right auricle above right auricular ventricular valve, that is also present in wall of right auricle. Sign is also present in wall of right auricle. Only difference is this, that SA node, sinoauricular node, that is present below superior vein cava, and AV node, auricular ventricular node, that is present above auricular ventricular node. Okay, and you know good way about the heart, that human heart is completely divided into 4 parts: left auricle, right auricle, left ventricle, right ventricle. Okay, and between the right auricle and right ventricle a valve is present. That valve is called auricular, left auricular ventricular valve. Okay, so this is the auricular ventricular valve because this is present in right side. Okay. After that, what is AV bundle? This means what is auricular ventricular bundle? So auricular ventricular bundle, that is present in interventricular septum. Auricular ventricular bundle is present in interventricular septum. Left ventricle, right ventricle, that is partition is present between the left ventricle, right ventricle, and that partition is called interventricular septum. Because this partition is present in left ventricle and right ventricle, so inter means between and ventricular means ventricular. With interventricular septum, this means this partition is present in between 2 ventricle, left ventricle, right ventricle, so interventricular septum. Okay, after that, Purkinje fiber. So what is Purkinje fiber? So Purkinje fiber, that is present in wall of ventricles. Okay, Purkinje fiber is present in wall of ventricles. Sinoauricular node, that is present in right auricle. Auricular ventricular node, that is also present in right auricle. But AV node, Purkinje fiber, that is present in wall of ventricle. ठीक है? Okay. Next, that is function of nodal tissue. Okay. Next is the function of nodal tissue, and you know good way that what is nodal tissue. Nodal tissue is group of impulse generating conducting myocardial cells. Impulse generating conducting myocardial cells. ठीक है? Group of impulse generating conducting myocardial cells is nodal tissue. So now we will see function of nodal tissue. Okay, remember these points. Impulse productivity increases, then impulse conductivity decreases, and vice versa. Vice versa means if impulse conductivity increases, then impulse productivity decreases. If impulse productivity increases, then impulse conductivity decreases. Okay, this is the voice. SA node. Okay, you know good way that SA node that is present in right auricle. Okay, AV node is also present in right auricle. Okay, SA node that is present in right auricle below superior vein cava. AV node present in right auricle above auricular. AV node that is present in right auricle above auricular ventricular valve. Okay, no here. What SA node? SA, remember this point. Impulse productivity increases, then conductivity decreases. Come here. SA node, you know good way that SA node full form is sino-auricular node. Okay. SA node produce impulse. This means action potential 75 times per minute for heartbeat. Okay. Because we are humans, we are vertebrates, our heartbeat will happen by the impulse. We are not invertebrate that our heartbeat will happen from the neurons, nerves. We are vertebrate, our impulse will happen from our heartbeat will happen from the impulse. So, impulse productivity, you know good way that start from the sino-auricular node. The sino-auricular node produce impulse. This means action potential 75 times per minute for heartbeat. Okay, so you know that heartbeat will happen 72 to 75 times per minute. Here we will take 75 times because here impulse production will happen 75 times per minute. So here we will take that heartbeat will happen 75 times per minute. Okay. This is also necessary point that sino-auricular node is also called pacemaker. Natural pacemaker, also known as natural pacemaker. Pace means movement. Okay. To this point that SA node is also known as natural pacemaker. This is very important. Because this question is also in the previous time you will asked in the Neet exams and also of Aiims. So this is also very important. Auricular ventricular node that receive impulse. Production of impulse will happen from the sino-auricular node, but conduction of impulse will happen, receive impulse from auricles and send it toward ventricles. Try to understand. Auricular ventricular node receive impulse from auricles and send it toward ventricles. Okay. AB node known as pace setter. AB node known as pace setter. This is also important. And SA node known as pacemaker, natural pacemaker. Okay. Never forget this point. That SA node also known as natural pacemaker and AV node also known as pace setter. Okay. Next point. Auricular ventricular bundle. Its branches and also protein the fiber to carry impulse from auricular ventricular node to ventricles. Okay. Note here that fastest conduction of impulse Never forget that this point. Impulse productivity increases, impulse conductivity decreases. See here. Fasted conduction of impulse Purkinje fibers. Fasted conduction of impulse will happen by Purkinje fiber 4 meter per second. So its conduction is slow. Its conduction is more because its production is less. So its conduction is more. But see here that cyanouricular node, which is the origin of production of impulse, is a node produce impulse, but because its productivity increases cyanouricular, so its conductivity decreases 0.3 meter per second only. So lowest conduction by SA node. So lowest conduction of impulse by SA node 0.3 meter per second because its impulse productivity increases, so impulse conductivity decreases. But of Purkinje fibers, impulse productivity decreases, so impulse conductivity decreases 4 meter per second. Okay? Any doubt? Okay, thank you.